Mimo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. The trial of Adu-Boahene asha sie. Me kai se poadomotre mo. Poadomotre ede ne platform ni yedede and there's no evidence against Adu-Boahene. Na a friend saying His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has been deceived by the Iroko boss. A friend saying Raymond Acha. There is no evidence. Na etiefo. Asem na kwa kopie mu court ma ya share case na se wo court. Ya free witnesses, Emma witnesses no edin sem ba betuja. Na wo hwe damning revelations are witnesses no e make ya. Asem wa mekan ne se krum ha Ghana krum ha yeti enkrofo bi abɔ wo man ni form. Na se ya ye serious se wo man we. Si ye pese o man no epene ne pumesibre ene ginapa ginabia pa bia. I was say ye dealy because what is going on e wo court and some witnesses ne kan wo court too. You wonder say inti under President Ekufuado sabi omo ehu se na nsem bi say e koso ana ana wo mu hu ye but they had a role, they had a part sikane na ebi ko mo ho inti na omo anye ho hwe me be read the court document at trail omo a wo mo ye involved in a case witnesses in same a wo mo ka etiefo you'll be shocked. Let's go into it. Or say Errand boy narrates how he delivered money in big Ghana must go bags to Adu-Boahene. Adu-Boahene sika yesi woje ye no. Sika no. Yesi obi ana wasoma no. Akola ana wasoma no and the akola na aba court or betre ne nsemu. Akola na etre se ne ya wokoko yi sika no. Because question back where buy ana Ghana fo bi sane say. Me see embre bi Ghana ni bi frame me say $60,000 keke. $60,000 keke. Na all withdraw. Ye freezing your account. $60,000. $60,000. Intina question a ye bi sane say eba ne saying eno bi to me ekoko withdraw sika puduo say. It was a question an ankrofo bi sa. Eba ne saying na no obi to me kokko withdraw sika puduo say a banks no epenema nipa kro no withdraw ye and then nipa kro na ye suma na kokko withdraw say sika no wo kasa e wo court. As more details are emerging on state's case against Kwabena Adu-Boahene, the former Director General of the National Signals Bureau, who is being prosecuted together with his wife, Angela Adu-Boahene, and two others over the alleged transfer of 49 million Ghana cedis, approximately $7 million, from the Bureau's account to a private account. One of the state witnesses, Frank Anane Dekpe, a supposed errand boy of the Adu-Boahene, said in his witness statement how he used to deliver monies to the accused persons who were all his church members. Inti boy ano musuma no koko yisika no osi oni omo na ewa asore baako. Omo ne no na ewa asore baako. Osi Anani Dekpe claimed that the third accused, Mildred Boateng, not to say Adu-Boahene no ne yere, used to send him to withdraw huge sums of money which he delivered to Adu-Boahene, Monsieur Adu-Boahene, sorry. Meaning say ne yere ne friend Mildred Boateng na, but ono akasa ye friend Adu-Boahene, ye friend Adu-Boahene. Ati ase. Into say Anane Dekpe claimed that the third accused, Mildred Boateng, used to send him to withdraw huge sums of money which he delivered to Adu-Boahene, the first accused, at his office. Yasumana na wakwa ko yisika no, no de akwa koma Adu-Boahene. Adu-Boahene. Ose A3 often sends me to deposit or withdraw money at UMB Bank or Stanbic Bank to be given to A1. Usually, send the money to A1 in his office near Metro TV in Laboni. I used to collect money from the Laboni branch of UMB Bank. I also made deposits and withdrawals from the airport branch of Stanbic Bank on the instructions of A3. I either took the monies I withdrew from these banks to A1 or back to A3. I do not recall ever sending the monies I withdrew to A2. Also, in many of the instances, the checks with A3 which A3 gave were sealed in an envelope. Into your money check na yede man no, ewo envelope mu. Tie, also were sealed in an envelope. She would then direct me, ahase na me pese motion nso no. Also, she would then direct me to a specific member of the bank staff who got the checks cashed. Inti ye the check ni share envelope mu mana ne akatra ne se ko asumesi ho owo bank wi se ne ye frɛ no udu ho a ono na koko hu no. Inti ye the envelope ni share ni simple odu bank a onko join ne queue onko join ne line onko ye hwe nipa kra ya soma ne so onko ne ho no na wakɔ ne ho ɔti nipa kro no office wa vum se ye di sika no egu Ghana must go bag mu ama no. I usually went to the bank with big Ghana must go bags. Oko bank na okita Ghana must go bags bebre. Wanka se Ghana must go bago. Or say big Ghana must go bags. So the Ghana must go bags the kwa nipa kra ya direct say won ko ne ho no. No wakwa ko yisi kana man na wa pack egu Ghana must go bags dim. The exact amounts which I withdrew were never disclosed to me. Ono ankasa no wonim sika wo yi, onim amount a wo yi, but the Ghana must go bags na ekọ. Ni ya sisa sika ne gumu ama no. We are not their bread Adu-Boahene. Each time I went to the banks, the bank staff gave me a receipt to write my name, telephone number, and append my signature. Part of the witness statement reads, the witness also stated that the third accused had on several occasions sent him to make deposits into the bank account of Vertex Solutions, one of the companies that the Office of the Attorney General said was used in Adu-Boahene's alleged fraudulent scheme. Inti ende wo mo asore ba wo musuma na wo kokko yi sika no. Asem a wo ka ene se eto de bi a sika no kra wo kokko yi a ye ma wo de sika no ekokoto bank accounts bi mu. Na sa bank account no eno na ye one of the bank accounts a ye tre se wo de eno atoto ijapade Vertex Solutions no. I know of a company called Vertex Solutions. I got to know this company because I have made several deposits into its Stanbic Bank account upon A3's instructions. They always handed the pay-in slip to me. The pay-in slip had the name Vertex Solutions on it, he added. The Office of the Attorney General slapped Kwabena Adu-Boahene, his wife Angela Ejei Boateng, their associate Mildred Boateng, into ne yere no ene friend Angela Ejei, ono na ye accused number 2. Inti say ne yere nebusuani so ene friend Mildred Boateng because the name Boateng. And a company jointly owned by Adu-Boahene and his wife, Advantage Solutions Limited, with 11 charges for allegedly transferring 49 million Ghana cedis, approximately $7 million from the bureau's account to his personal account. Etiefo witness omo sorry eba obi a omo ne kwa sorry evidence wo ukọ bank ho na okoko yi sika na ni signature ni bibia wo ho a etrese indeed ne esoma na oba be yiska CCTV footage wo ho etrese indeed na oba be yiska de she Ghana must go bag mu de kokoma Adu-Boahene ende o kasa na me ye sure say the entire witness no kasa ne say probably a plea bargain because they found out nipa kra no kokko yi sika ne mo. And I'm sure say the attorneys all around the world they do that. And no mokatre ne say one kan no kware a ye de unso be kan because no kokko yi sika no ye be chi watum unso ka ho. Ti esa na ono be kan no kware ne ye gyan no nti ende wa ye witness for the state. Oni omokọ asori ba ako. Ende we hu nsem a woka. On April 30th, 2025, the Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayini, stated that an investigation by Economic and Organized Crime Office disclosed a sophisticated criminal scheme allegedly orchestrated by Adu-Boahene. I can now confirm that our investigations have concluded, and this is the exact amount Mr. Adu-Boahene stole from taxpayers. Exercising my powers under Article 88 of the Constitution, I have filed charges against Mr. Kwabena Adu-Boahene, his wife, Mrs. Angela Boahene, Miss Mildred Donko, a former UMB Bank employee who resigned to join the criminal enterprise, and Advantage Solutions Limited, a holding company owned by Mr. Adu-Boahene and his wife, used as a conduit to funnel funds into other companies they own, namely Vertex Properties Limited, Vertex Solutions, and BNC Communications Bureau Limited. The latter was the vehicle used to siphon 49.1 million Ghana cedis from national security accounts, the Attorney General said. That is the witness, prosecution witness. Nidino Frank Anani Dekpe. Me reading my summary. Let's try to read the full statement and then let's understand Frank Anani Dekpe no. In some walker 2 pages, right? Now I'll say the witness in the prosecution witness statement of Frank Anani Dekpe. I'll say, my name is Frank Anani Dekpe. I live and work in Accra. I was a taxi driver for 12 years. I do not drive taxi anymore. Now I drive private cars. Until no a taxi driver. I say, I know A3. I know her from church. The church is called the Cedar Mountain Chapel International. And indeed it is true. Oshe, asori ana Adu-Boahene. Ni e man kwanya no preaching na. Asori ni the Cedar Mountain Chapel International. I said that is the East Legon branch of the Assemblies of God, Ghana. Assemblies of God, only His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Neko asori baako. We are both members of the church. I used to run errands for her. I also washed her car. Or a taxi driver. Or romo car. I later met A1. I met him during a church seminar when he asked me to transport food for the program. From that time on, I became his errand boy. It was say Oshia Adu-Boahene so was sorry. Inti first no, nipa kwa no nim no was sorry pano. Mami bia na oka group ni ho na yesi oye adwuma wo UMB Bank. Asisi na onye adwuma wo hobium. Mildred Boahene. Yes, Mildred Boahene. To say wono no Mildred Boahene na no onim no ono na otwi taxi. E na oro ne car homa no. Ati ase sebe okwa asori na woko no mo no mo yesikafo wa asori ho. E no no ye taxi driver. Inchi very common. Say nkrofo bi sa na asori na ya no mo kọ esikafo ni fie ekokọ ye errands ni nyama mo. Inti e ho no di shia Adu-Boahene. And this is court document, so we are saying it. Into say ho eno di shia Adu-Boahene. Adu-Boahene the audition say na program e koso wa sorry. Adu-Boahene no se ne ye hu video a o kasa wo programs ase ne nyama no. Na e wo say ope obi di aduane akwa asori ama no eno ma taxi driver ne di aduane koma no. From that day eno je ne number ena obeda ne boy and the bibie ni a wono na no soma no ma ne ekokọ yeba. I say I know A2, she's A1's wife. Into A2 no Adu-Boahene yere no. I say A2 is also our church member. I later got to know that A1 and A2 already knew A3. They were close. I ran errands for all of them. That is A1, A2, A3. It's your numpo there. And yes, say, mame na no ye juma wo UMB no, and introducing it to Adu-Boahene no. Ono the ono on his own. And obabe nim Adu-Boahene. But later no be hu say, oh, say, nkrofo we ni omuni akramu ni mo ho. Omuni na ye nanfofo. It's na fe oye juma ma omuni na aside taxi na no otwi no. Oye juma ma nkrofo we ni na. Osi A3 often sends me to deposit or withdraw money at UMB Bank or Stanbic Bank to be given to A1. Tiya, maame no ano ye juma wo UMB no esoma no so nkoyi sika no no mfambre Adu-Boahene. I usually send the money to A1 in his office near Metro TV in Laboni. I used to collect money from the Laboni branch of UMB Bank. I also make deposits and withdrawals from the airport branch of Stanbic Bank on the instructions of A3. I either took the monies I withdrew from these banks to A1 or back to A3. I do not recall ever sending the monies I withdrew to A2. It is Sikano. Wan fan kwa nkoma Adu-Boahene yereda. Debia oko Sikano maame ne nebe soma no. Neither say maame ne beka so mfa sika ne mbra wono amaame no anase mfa nkonkoma Adu-Boahene. Ba wan fa sika na nkwa akoma mo yereda. I see, in many of the instances, the checks which A3 gave were sealed in an envelope. She would then direct me to a specific number of the bank staff who got the checks cashed. I usually went to the bank with big Ghana must go bags. The exact amounts which I withdrew were never disclosed to me. Each time I went to the banks, the bank staff gave me a receipt to write my name. And therefore, I said the exact amounts which I withdrew were never disclosed to me. Each time I went to the banks, the bank staff gave me a receipt to write my name, telephone number, and append my signature. I know of a company called Vertex Solutions. I got to know this company because I have made several deposits into its Stanbic Bank account upon A3's instructions. They always handed the pay-in slip to me. The pay-in slip had the name Vector Solutions on it. Wasine Frank Anani Dekpe. Statement of truth. I, Frank Anani, verify that the statements contained in this witness statement are true to the best of my knowledge and belief. Into was swear oath. Say, oh, try try. At the end of the day, so try and try. You bet to me at Chinatum. Was swear oath. Dated at the office of the Attorney General. The 2nd day of June 2025. Endrechi. Ena omwa soreba. Endrechi o. Ena omwa soreba. Hey. And the fact that senya no mo air transfer sikane kra no. When impo mba ho, it wasn't say security be near the etuo be di sikane chi. Normal taxi driver. And na ye more the Ghana must go ko. No the sikane gum. No the or the atoka him. No the akwakoma Adu-Boahene on the office near Petro TV. Hey. Anyway, any statements. So it will go to court. We'll see whether indeed he's saying the truth or not. Matese videos ni nyama wo ho ebetre say indeed Adu-Boahene. You see, Emre Adu-Boahene sha say obeka ene obeka ene NDC for kra mama omo ka ene NDC for mato we amomo maye we amomo no eho na me kan say Ghana ni bia oye badwemba bia betena se ehunu say se ne Adu-Boahene asha ase aka say mekasa ne mama we mo ka no me no ensisi mi ye muni amokai se ensem eshisha dakim bese me ensisi mi ye unim se wundi boni a ba no se na afa de wo sha ase se wo kan nsem we nina. And for people, I will say it again, for people like Adu-Boahene, oh, and the Yoko boss lied. He has no evidence against them. The Attorney General has no evidence. And then no evidence. And the Errand boy, wa sorry ba, and I walk on the numa same say. Omwa sorry ba. And you see, asem way abeyo. Udi agra. You bet to me a subpoena a year. The branch, the bank no. Now the video evidence ne kra ba say indeed taxi driver e ba be yi sika. We very simple. Taxi driver e wo call ya no sika okoko yi wa recording ni din ni bibia records bibia wo ho say indeed or yes ade ne dia. Masa. And I know said the Attorney General by this time has all those records. Charlie, this is serious. This is Ejawajo. Now, Tieha. Ewie ye no. Obi a wasanso ya finance director. Okay? Finance director of the National Signals Bureau. Ye friend no Edit Ruby Opokua. Ono nso akasa say, "Oh, no kware or transfer 49 million eko Adu-Boahene account mu de. Nanso no wonim say Adu-Boahene account no. This is because you see, once questions baby babon say eba ne say no to me transfer sika ne call ne account mu aye nim. Eba ne say no to me call withdraw sika no bank aye nim. Bende details ni na ba bonten witnesses ni na wo mo ye involved no. And wo mo ni na atre wo mo adwen wo mo kasa. He any or say the director of finance at the National Signals Bureau, Edit Ruby Opokua Edumwa, has given details of how she unknowingly transferred the 49 million Ghana cedis at the heart of the prosecution of Kwabena Adu-Boahene, her former Director General. she unknowingly transferred the 49 million Ghana cedis. I say in her witness statement cited by Ghana Web, Opokua Edumwa has as the custodian of the checks of the NSB into Ononoya finance director into Onona sika once politicians no eya na yesi omo wie sika na yechi omo say so omo de omo nye finance people into say sika yera yenko finance for ne ho into finance director no ye the custodian of the checks no ye custodian of the sika no tie ba ne say no transfer sika no o say of the NSB, Bureau of National Communications 2, and the director BNS said she received instructions from Adu-Boahene to write checks. So you know there were a finance director, Adu-Boahene ni penny, into onya instructions from Adu-Boahene no, so one throw checks. Also, she indicated that the first check she issued on the 49 million Ghana cedis in contention was on February 6, 2025, and was on the instruction of Adu-Boahene. I say 49 million accused say Adu-Boahene where we are no. Yes, February 6 no issues are check no. Na ne boss Adu-Boahene and the catcher say one throw check no. She added that Adu-Boahene instructed her to write the check of 27.1 million with BNC operations as the payee. As Ruth explained further that she thought the BNC operations was the NSB's Bureau of National Communications 2, which is the operational account of the bureau kept at the Bank of Ghana. Into when Adi Adu-Boahene allegedly. Adi Adu-Boahene and they said because or no why finance when Intiana say Adu-Boahene akwa create account account no. What the company ne was say yetie sika no man no. Or the company need to create sa account no. Into we no ba finance director no catch and say oh e was say yetie sika bi ma company bi. Into throw check of a year 49 million. Na sa 49 million ye ntiama company no. Into finance director no so ye catch and say company no as paying that is a company a receive sika no on throw BNC operations. So no so nim say company a wo mo tie sika mo ye BNC. It say ne boss akaden say won chie sika man krofo bi in the name BNC operations and you say no. It ne boss akaden say won din kan enter 27.1 million into account mu BNC operations. And also Ruth explained further that she thought that BNC operations was the NSB's Bureau of National Communications 2, which is the operational account of the bureau kept at the Bank of Ghana. Inti BNC no omo bureau no omo account bia omo operate. What I say. Now I say but later got to know that it was the account for Adu-Boahene and his wife which they kept at the UMB. So say later cry no who say say any company account nini. Yeah, me boss ama me die me tie sika na waka tre me feel say me tie ama company no. Say any company account. Sorry, me tie ama BNC what you say bureau no. Say any bureau no ni account. Say na me ka say company amon fancha me bureau na account na worker, right? She was talking about the bureau's account. Now I say on February 6th, 2022, A1 instructed me to write a check for 27,001,000 Ghana cedis with BNC operations as the payee. After writing the check, I handed it over to A1 for the necessary signatures. My lord, when A1 directed me to write the check with BNC operations as the payee, I understood the description to refer to an existing operational bank account belonging to the bureau, which I was not privy to due to my level of clearance. Into you know, due to information and then the level of clearance, then your information be no. Into ye catch no one trust a payee, the ye tia sikana man no BNC operations no. And yan say bureau na omo account na di sikane kokotum. Say ne boss afechi wakwa create account for in the name of the bureau. Masa nsem wakoso. Hey, I say so how is it that under President Akufo-Addo they didn't see same way na akoso? Because she data work on February 6, 2020. It was before I ever to abafo fro biomu. answer the Yabeko President Akufo-Addo on second term. So they didn't discover these things. India still Yama Papa it now. And now say no money in the yes no. I mean it is in court, so allegedly, right? I later found out when I was invited for questioning concerning this case that particular check was deposited into an account named BNC Communications Bureau Operations at UMB Bank. Inti NDC aban ba so a wo mo investigations no. And your tunes are friend say one brand be in someone because on no throw check. And you see what I hate about things like this ne say omo di omo kro no nsem no. Nkrofo a wo mo ti baabi edwe omo ho na de omo aba be for it. And you see that is why and the driver is exposing them and this woman is also exposing them. Omo di nkrofo we din allegedly abokro no. Me nya sure say sika ne kromo man nkrofo we bi. O the driver na bokro krono ma wakwa yi sika boto de bia no yi sika boto ma o. Want to me ansesa na bra bompo. Ampe edan bia nto ama no. Ampe sike bia o de be sesa na bra bo later na ka asemba wa ke bia mamo. And that the driver name some worker. Aside the fact that I mean allegedly, aside the fact that moya akron for no, musan so ye friends say greedy. Musan so ye ni brave for. Who we are money sikapudu 49 million. Who you su taxi driver? And no clear sikanama. One would ye 1 million in pobe sesa bra but told a dime be reve awato un to dine ba kumpo mano. And pay 1 million bin to the account mu. Na semba wa kebiama. And that taxi driver ne because onu so hu ne say oba krono no odi ono ne nkwa. Because you see what happened they say taxi driver no say am robbers be cry nya information say ya okoyi sika e de to Ghana must go mu a na kono kra betumi ewu. Taxi driver na nka so betumi ewu. So you risk the life of the taxi driver in a very serious corruption case like this, if indeed what the taxi driver is saying is true, or risking a life in a very serious corruption case like this, and probably didn't even help him. Because what's your taxi driver now say or no taxi and away trina sisi ade we jai taxi and no private car. Me sure say Uber and all kind of private car no. Mami ya wono so oye we no. Sabe mo sisa na bra bo a me sure say na nkono krobet na Ghana. Because on also tremu a onim hwe fa ho na twese sika no wa ma ne bi. O de onu wa mo no na assign ne check na wi sika no. Unim se wo wi sika. 1 million impo wa ma no. Wa ma ne bi. Later NDC buy onu de onim se na ejuma no ye NDC buy a omode documentation no kai say 2020 ene me boss wa ma me di bone ene me ka no kware obeka because wa ma na ehu so. I mean, I'm not encouraging say walk obokro no am obi hu so, but you see, it is just showing you the mentality of the people who were in power under President Akufo-Addo. Aside krononsem no, greedy, eni brefo, ni pakra who use so mwe sika na kra no, one seed mpomo nya, and they are content, and so, and then mo bi mra betina TV so. Evidence be anywhere tiao, evidence be anywhere tiao. And then look at the people who signed all those things, the stories they are all saying. I later found out when I was invited for questioning concerning this case that particular check was deposited into an account named BNC Communications Bureau Operations at UMB Bank. I did not know this at the time I wrote the check for A1. I also found out from Yoko investigators that bank account belonged to a private company called BNC Communications Bureau Limited, which is owned and controlled by A1 and A2, part of a witness statement read. Tono osi onusu no nim. Yoko for the betu ne nim ansa no who say boniesi 4 years ago, dear me boss ema me ye ni. Osi the NSB finance director further stated that she received similar instructions from Adu-Boahene and wrote checks of 1 million and 21 million, which were all drawn from the bureau's the director BNC account. Until the first check was 27, the second check 1 million, and San Osansubeyi another 21 million, Nina Bomo 49 million. Also on March 18, February, NOE 27 million. No? Into March, Osansubeyi another one. Also, on March 18th, 2020, A1 instructed me to write a check for 1 million Ghana cedis to be drawn on BNC's, the Director BNC account at Fidelity Bank. Then, on March 30th, 2020, I wrote another check for 21 million Ghana cedis, also to be drawn on the BNC's, the Director BNC account at Fidelity Bank. I wrote this third check too on the instructions of A1. I wrote the second and third checks also with BNC operations as the payee. After A1 and the late Joshua Treme had signed, A1 then gave me an account number and directed me to deposit the 2 checks into the BNC Operations Bank account at UMB Bank. I complied with A1's directive, believing that the BNC Operations Bank account was an additional BNC operational account which I did not have the security clearance to know. I can identify the copies of check numbered 020086 for 2017. Mameno, I identify checks no krano. Me say at this point, Mamena sign this baby a story ne do no. Obi eni wo betumi aba betre yen say krono ankoso. Obi eni wo betumi aba betre yen say evidence ni ho ne yadada His Excellency John Dramani Mahama o. The witnesses in some wo ka checks na wo mo dey ba check number a wo mo dey ba wo mo tre wo mo nsemu no. Masa Asemo ye serious o. Asemo ye serious. Hey! Sorry ba. Hey! Christopher. Christopher ye bio. Hey, Christo ni. E mo krono no ye mma bimpo. Hey! Eh, Charlie. Kroma musem. Christopher, we are saying no ebebo we are say. Christopher, ya. O my Ghana no. Yen Christopher na ebebo o my no. Ya na ebebo sa o my Ghana no. Yen Christopher. Ya bo my ni we are. Ye bo krono ni we are na akwa kogina sorry dem ni ye preachi. Ni ye ka trem bebu no. Mo mbọ mpa ye Nyankopon be bie kwan ama. Mbọ mpa ye se hey jawajo. Hey! Chrome ha munsem. Chrome ha emunsem. What's that? This was how they say investigations we won. Omonya in every single sector. Na Ghana fo behu senior politicians. In fact, omo enyo politicians na wo mu yi omo nim nimpo. Omo ana omo teachri. Senior no mo bokro no. Masa, and it was clear how they were operating. Sikani bi amone ko to luxury cars edi ko be a company amone sikani bi ko to luxury cars edi ko be a company ne say Chrome ha Ghana o ye celebrity na o pese ye hu say o cars kese te company what you say ebia mbrofo for celebrities ni bi ba near the cars na kwa akofofa fefo mo saa na no mo di sikani ye wo Chrome ha. A lot of businesses in this country sa businesses be break kese wo Chrome ha no omo ni na eye krono sika o krono sika ena wo mo ahye de bie those businesses no intiana ye chiche ma untumi MPP fu ankasa Ashanti Regional Communications Director Paul Yando osi yani sika ne de MPP fu no bebre wo sika no nanso obi anim se ode nin krata ba ye be investigations on hu nti obi asro so ode beba because Adu-Boahene ya ye ken minya sure se okra na onim ne me na menim no maka tremo the only time I Adu-Boahene mete ne nka eye mbra ne ye say Emirates Airline yakwa arrest ana yakwa kidnap ma mi bia wo ye adwuma wo. That was the only time Adu-Boahene ye te ne nka na ye nim no. But when hu de na ekoso MPP 4% mo train say 4 years e wa abemu they didn't see all these things blatantly where there a blatant stealing, blatant in the full glare of Ghanaians. Because see you say na ki china easy. How is it that your director no the sika account mu it didn't flag? What are you telling me? What are you telling me? Financial Intelligence Center and flag it. me see Ghana ni katre me $60,000 wonya ye receive won your account mu ye freeze ni account say sika no wonya wa he $60,000 ye freeze ni account say sika no wonya wa he ye freeze ni account so wonya sika no wa he Makai when was that? It was should be 2017. The first time 2017. The first time I'm receiving sika from Abuchi 2017. The first time I'm receiving sika from Abuchi 2017. I was say sika no ababeto account mu. Me kwa bank no ye me kokwasa. Eden na ekoso kokwasa sa time no na saying 2017 na sika na saying 1,500 or say 2,000 cedis. Oh ye me kokwasa sa you see na eden na ekoso me call bank manager ho eden na ekoso yi ansa na bank manager e ba betrem say oh the reason why I say ade no muntumi yi ma me ne say omo sika bi san ma meto me account mu da enti aba beto mu sa no ye pese ye check ni ye clear say enye sika bone enye sika bi amakwa akowia 2,000 cedis no sa but I mean that time na 2,000 cedis ye beka a hard value enye nde 2,000 cedis omo ye clearance ye bibia hu say oh da bi ye sika pa ansa no omo penima sika neba ende ye pese ye kase papay etumi koko create account account ni sika bi andemu ne yere ene onu ni din account ni sika andem na an investigative body and a security bureau air transfer as huge as 20 million Ghana cedis ko to account ni yan flagge you can't tell me say e your no pen no boss akro no yi allegedly you can't tell me that yan flagge ye penny ye ma 220 no e clear ni ya suma go kona taxi driver kona kwa kashi sika ne bra na wakwa kashi aba and flagge say taxi driver no Ghana must go back sa wode kwa wo koyi sika no banks then country say hey hwan na asoma che say wo pese aden ye nkola na eti krom ha na we are all in this country and we know. Udia me see and there receive sika. Udia yan fan say why investing bibi me I'm someone who deals in cryptocurrencies and the likes. Uyan fan say and there my yes some crypto trade bi na me nye bia 1 million Ghana cedis me trade bia hete me crypto bia hete ma me nya 1 million Ghana cedis ma me converted the aba be transfer aba be to me Ghana bank account mu odi wo be hu de ebesi obehu clearance on be mama fam enye clearance ketwa obe masa you see how they will stress me 1 million Ghana cedis untio no be to me transfer 20 million you see enim and flagge MPP aban anya investigation ye manete na hwa NDC buy answer ye hu boni awedi na bisa ho say Raymond Acha formerly no na oye investigative journalist bisa ho say dia na ma Raymond Acha o oti insem na odi echi e the evidence e aba ende papa no yakokota witnesses e trinsem e dia na ma ne ba sa probably because some people saw say adia papa na ye nenye but no munim say MPP aban was so nti no omo nye ne he nti de omo ye ne say omo koton information no ma Raymond Acha nti Raymond Acha so ba ya NDC ba ya eno mu di kan e investigation and enya me wan say that is how they got to know this issue because sir investigative people no people call them to give them information na me Melodies say ngrofo frame me information only information and ngrofo frame ngrofo embassies and the likes they can call me and give me information and tell me the ekoso wahani country yen kama yen what I say but don't show my identity it enya me wan say obi e wo system ni mu ohun de esi ehun say probably they've seen said bonia papa e odi any allegedly but obi ntumi anya hwe ene ye de koma remonacha se NDC ba ene ono so NDC ba e enne ye nina ye hu de ekọ masa ye nkola na eti kroma awo de ye bokro to me bok aden to me bokro no at this level hey Charlie bokro no amo a mo bokro no e de me sure say the ama taxi driver no or kasa more kran say me sure say okoyi Ghana must go sikani ni na akowia at the end of the day 50 cedis penny be passion in say man 100 cedis to obedwa say ah sika bebre ababa Charlie asemo I see the glorious thief have started telling their Anansi stories. Imagine if there hasn't been a change in government. We thank you deeply, our dear God. Hey, Charlie, Ghana. I say, I know that my MPP diehard lawyers would come out and dispute this as false accusations. And our MPP micro minority in parliament would soon come out and demonstrate on the streets in Accra in solidarity with Adu-Boahene. Masa, in some way, PFU courts abano. Omokren him say, Charlie. Me see, Embra Adu-Boahene shas yes hey ene me kasa o ene mo anja ne me kasa o mo anja ena me hu se no obi a asema to no a wo be shas ya kasa nsem ni na na tre se onim se nsem no pipie nsem we be pie na serious obi anim mo ntre mo ajo comment box ni mo me da se aden